The moment his grin slipped, he strolled down my bedroom hallway like he owned the atmosphere, not rushed, not ashamed, just easy, deliberate. He popped open my fridge, took a beer and gave me a lazy smirk. "Hey, idiot," he muttered, biting the cap off with his teeth. "I'm taking your wife out tonight. Non negotiable." My heart didn't race, stalled. Said nothing. Words would have granted him wait. Instead, I watched him drink from my bottle, standing in my kitchen, in my life like he'd practiced this scene every night for months. Upstairs, the bedroom door groaned, sound as familiar as breathing. Light steps followed. He didn't lift his head, too busy admiring his reflection in the steel door. He never saw my fist swing. His beer hit the tile first. There wasn't much blood, only a stunned, hollow quiet and the damp smack of betrayal colliding with bone. Then a sharp crash above us. She burst out of the bedroom, wild-eyed and shaking. "Please," she whispered, "don't look at his phone." I hadn't yet, but that told me everything. After the paramedics hauled him out and my wife folded into herself like an collapsing idea, I sat at the dining table. Her hands shook. Mine didn't. "What did you see?" she asked. I stayed silent. Silence makes the guilty narrate themselves. He was just helping me with something. She blurted, "A surprise for you." A lie. Watched her fingers, not her mouth. They kept fluttering, as if she could construct truth through movement alone. The doubt arrived softly, not a roar. "O murmur, o förgaiten glens, o sidon." Password change, a midnight shower. Before errands. A trace of cologne I never bought, little things I dismissed. Because believing someone is simpler than thinking too hard. The night after the hospital, she slipped into bed stiffly, facing the wall, pretending sleep, pretending calm. Stared at the ceiling while darkness replayed every moment I'd labeled paranoia. Her phone buzzing during dinner, his name lighting the screen like a dare. They weren't sloppy. They were confident. And confidence comes from assuming the other person won't. Look, they misjudged silence. They misjudged me. I didn't fight, didn't confront. Shifted. Stopped asking where she was. Started studying. I mirrored her. Passwords from the reflection in her glasses. Picked up a prepaid SIM. Tracked locations, screenshots, backups, call history. Silence became a tactic. Every scrap fed into a folder titled Only Evidence. And while she laughed at late-night messages, I learned her rhythms. 3 calls a day, same unlisted number. The texts were worse than cheating. They were emotional. He told her she needed a man with drive. She agreed. He wrote, "He doesn't value you." She replied, "You're the only one who understands me." My hands stayed steady. I simply felt lighter, as if every lie she'd ever spoken finally developed mass. I requested their call logs from the carrier. The envelope arrived on a Thursday, just as she came home from working late. I smiled. She didn't realize the war was already over. I set the sealed packet on the table. She stared at it like it was counting down. "What's that?" "Your freedom," I said. Her throat tightened. She didn't reach for it. I nudged it toward her. "I know," I whispered. "No yelling, no accusations. Just truth." She opened it with shaking fingers. The records spilled out like a confession. 236 calls, 43 hours of talk, hotel bookings. Her face went pale. "Please," she begged. "It wasn't him you chose," I said. "It wasn't even me. You chose yourself. Every day, deliberately." Her eyes filled not with guilt, but panic. Panic arrives when consequences walk in. I stood and moved toward the door. She grabbed my arm. "Don't go. We can fix this." I turned slowly. "No," I said, "but you can explain it to him." I stepped aside, and as if timing had a sense of humor, his ride pulled up. He limped out, Joe wrapped in bandages. She froze. I opened the door wide and, without a word, handed him the same stack of records. She looked between us, realizing she stood alone between the 2 men she tried to juggle. His eyes widened over the pages. He read her messages, her lies, not to me, to him. She played him too. "Good luck," I murmured. Then I walked past them both. I didn't take anything. Not clothes, not souvenirs, just the folder labeled evidence. Because once truth exists, you don't need anything else. No lie, no heartbreak, only clarity. People think betrayal breaks you. Doesn't. It removes you. She still calls sometimes, leaves. Voicemails at 3 a.m. Crying, apologizing, pleading. I never pick up. Her voice once kept me awake. Now it lulls me. The last message came last night. "Please, just say something." I did. I erased it. Silence is an answer, and mine was final.